Okay, let's talk about something almost every woman experiences, but not enough people actually explain. Menstrual cramps. If you've ever found yourself curled up on the couch, clutching your stomach and wondering why your body seems to be waging war on itself every month, you're definitely not alone. Period pain is one of those universal experiences that can feel isolating, but trust me, it's way more common than you might think. You know, those twinges, aches, or sometimes downright agony that show up every month and make you wonder, why does my uterus seem so mad at me? For some, it's a dull ache that lingers in the background, while for others, it's a sharp, stabbing pain that can stop you in your tracks. It's not just in your head. There's real science behind why it hurts so much. So here's what's really going on inside your body. Every month, your uterus is preparing for a possible pregnancy by building up a thick, nutrient-rich lining. When pregnancy doesn't happen, your body needs to get rid of that lining, and that's where the trouble starts. Menstrual cramps, or dysmenorrhea if you want to sound fancy, aren't just out to ruin your week. They're actually a sign that your body is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, even if it feels like the opposite of helpful. During your period, your body is actually working hard. It's shedding the lining of your uterus, called the endometrium. This process is totally natural, but it's not exactly gentle. To do this, the uterus contracts, kind of like flexing its muscles, to push that lining out through the cervix and vagina. Imagine your uterus as a tiny, determined muscle, squeezing and releasing over and over to get the job done. What makes these cramps happen? Why do some people barely notice them, while others are doubled over in pain? It's all thanks to hormone-like substances called prostaglandins. These are chemical messengers that play a huge role in your menstrual cycle. These little guys have a big job. They tell your uterine muscles to contract, squeeze your blood vessels, and even trigger inflammation. The higher your prostaglandin levels, the more intense those contractions can be, and the more pain you might feel. In small doses, that's totally fine. Your body needs some prostaglandins to get things moving, but too much of a good thing can definitely backfire. But if your body makes high levels of prostaglandins, those contractions can get really strong, like curl up with a heating pad and some chocolate strong. That's why some people swear by comfort foods and cozy blankets during their period. Here's where it gets interesting. Those powerful contractions don't just push out the uterine lining, they can also squeeze the blood vessels in your uterus so tightly that they temporarily cut off oxygen to the muscle tissue. When the uterus contracts too tightly, it can actually cut off its own oxygen supply for a bit. This lack of oxygen is what makes the pain so sharp and intense, almost like a muscle cramp you'd get in your leg, but right in your lower belly. That lack of oxygen makes nerves scream, "Hey, this hurts?" And that's the pain you feel as cramps. It's your body's way of letting you know that something intense is happening inside. But not everyone's cramps are the same. Some people breeze through their periods with barely a twinge, while others are sidelined for days. Some people have it worse because of heavy periods, irregular cycles, or underlying conditions like endometriosis, fibroids, adenomyosis, or pelvic inflammatory disease. These conditions can make cramps more frequent, more severe, and harder to manage. And if you're a teen, a young adult, have a family history of painful periods, smoke, or feel super stressed, you're more likely to get hit with bad cramps too. Even lifestyle factors, like not getting enough sleep or exercise, can make a difference in how you experience period pain. Here's the bottom line. If cramps are making you miss out on life, don't just tough it out. You don't have to cancel plans, skip school, or suffer in silence every month. There are options: anti-inflammatory meds, hormonal birth control, or treatment for any underlying conditions. And don't be afraid to talk to your doctor if your pain feels unmanageable or suddenly gets worse. And if you want to know about natural ways to ease cramps, let me know down in the comments. There are lots of lifestyle changes, home remedies, and self-care tips that can make a real difference. Remember, you deserve to feel your best, even during your period. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. Whether that means reaching for a heating pad, taking a walk, or just giving yourself permission to rest, listen to what your body needs. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourself. And remember, you're stronger than you think, even on your toughest days.